Harrison, I'm curious if you have something when you were in a rut and you didn't feel creative, didn't feel like you were getting better at guitar, that you learned that really opened you up, that set you on a path.
The first thing that comes to mind, and it's really simple, but is something that I learned maybe like 6 years ago, and at that point I had been playing for a while, but felt, as you're saying, kind of stuck, and just these really simple voicings, these really simple inversions where, like, for example, in this one I'm playing an E major, but you have the fifth and the bass and the third, and then the root on the G string. But it just got me thinking about the guitar in this new way where I kind of had the full range of the instrument, but I was only playing 3 strings. And you could kind of do all this voice leading with that kind of shape. You could just kind of alter that shape and have all this music happening. But I guess the reason that was useful is because, like, I feel like sometimes in guitar you can get caught up in making the most out of the instrument in like a maximalist way. Yeah. And I feel like one thing that for me separates the guitar maybe from the piano is you could play like a huge voicing on the piano and it sounds really rich and full. But sometimes I feel like too many voices in a group on guitar can sound like smaller in a way, like it saturates the instrument in a way where it gets smaller, whereas when you have more space between notes, it suggests like a wider range harmonically. Like I feel like sometimes with guitar it can feel like from here to the ceiling is a really like quick access point. Sure. So like how can you give the illusion that ceiling isn't so low? So I don't know, for me that was a huge one that's like to this day has really shaped the way I play or like think about playing on songs or whatever.
I love that. How would someone find like the E one? So we've got an E chord here.
Okay, yeah, so it's basically just like, if you had like an E major, standard E major, they're just inversions, so regular E major, and then this would also be an E where you have the third in the bass, and the root in the D string and the fifth in the G string. And then you just take that up here, just reorganizing the groups of the notes. So they have the inversions, but it almost maybe just suggests taking that one and just see what happens when you move 2 of them. And maybe you're playing a voicing, maybe you're playing, an A minor in a way that you had never played before. Or F sharp 7 in a new way.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Totally.